This is Keyframing and Simple Transforms. Once you have an After Effects project file created and have a composition with visual content on separate layers, it is easy to use transforms to add motion and changes over time. I have a file with several layers of text with images and a background layer. First, you want to select the layer to be moved. I will move the top text layer. I want the words to start off the frame but end up at this location, so I will move my current time indicator to the place I want it to end up. I think I will have the word stop at 3 seconds. Now I will press the P on the keyboard to open up the transforms for position. Click on the stopwatch to the left of the word position. This has created a keyframe for position coordinates at this place in the timeline. The position coordinates are X and Y. X is horizontal and Y is vertical. Now move the CTI back to the beginning. The time display should show 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds, 0 frames. Don't touch the stopwatch again. If you click it again, the keyframes will all disappear. So what you do now is you have your current time indicator at a different place in the timeline. And if you change the coordinates somehow, it's going to put in a new keyframe. Okay, you can either drag it in the comp window, and that creates a keyframe, or Command Z. You can change the numbers by typing in something. I'm going to type in -300. And it's going to move it to the side. Command Z. Or you can scrub. So you can just go underneath the field and drag your cursor to the side, and it changes the numbers for whatever field you're next to. You see you get this double-headed arrow, and that tells you you're able to move it. Now let's put in the keyframe, and I'm going to Command S, and I'm going to press the space bar so I can see what it looks like. And it's not doing it in real time yet. Once it has done it once, it can do it in real time. And that's what it looks like when it's going in real time. So that's how you can very easily put in some motion. Now I'm going to press the space bar to stop it. And I'm going to go back to the beginning again. You can very quickly add motion this way. I'm going to go ahead and move some of the other text layers in the same way. Now I want actually I think I'm going to move this keyframe so that this position will happen later in time, because this is the last word to come on, so I'm going to have it come on later in time. And you can always adjust these after you have your audio in too, but this is just a general idea. I'm going to go to the next layer here. You can add position motion to some of the other text layers, so I'm going to add position to this text layer. And I want this one to end up on screen just about before, or after this one has landed on screen. No, just before this one has landed on screen. So I'm going to have it be right there, and I'll have it starting in that position, and then at the beginning I want it to start coming on a little bit before that word. I'm going to you can also add opacity to some of the layers. So I think I'll do opacity for alligators. I think completely opaque right about here. So here I'm going to put in an opacity keyframe here, and then at the beginning I'm going to have it be 0 opacity. And then I think I'll have if change scale. So to have if change scale, press S, and I'm going to have it start at 100, and then I'm going to very soon have it go to a very large size, say, okay, and then I'll come back down to 100 here. Press U to close everything up so I have a little more room. And now I'm going to go to the crocodile man, and I'm going to add some rotation to the crocodile. So, and this, I'm going to make him just lean back and lean forward, I think. So we'll start with him here, and then when he gets to the shoes, we'll have him start to lean back. And then I'll have him go back to 0. And then the shoe itself, I think I'll have this shoe itself, I will have it change in scale, and that will be interesting. So maybe scale and rotation. If you press S for scale and then Shift R for rotation, you can change them both at the same time. So I'm going to start in here, and I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to have him get bigger and have him rotate a little bit. Maybe rotate back a little bit. And then have him go back to a more normal size by the time the word shoes come out. Okay, so now we've done that. Command save, and go back to the beginning and press the space bar to see how that works. Now we got to move make a little bit further. It didn't get quite off. Yeah, make needs to go a little bit further off. There we go. So here I'm going to get rid of this keyframe, and then I'll move this one up to there, because that's where I want it to be off. Okay, Command save, and then it should work. So that is how you put in some simple keyframes to put motion into your animation.